Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about the Woody Woodpecker Moon Dash game. This game was manufactured by Whitman Games in 1976. It runs for about 15 to 30 minutes of game time, depending on how many players you have. It seats anywhere from 2 to 4 players and is rated for ages 8 and up. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Woody Woodpecker is an animated character that appeared in theatrical short films produced by the Walter Lantz Studios and distributed by Universal Studios between 1940 and 1972. After Walter Lantz passed away in 1994, Universal Studios retained the rights to Woody Woodpecker and made several Saturday morning cartoons in the late 90s and early 2000s. Due to the space and moon craze of the late 60s and early 70s, Walter Lantz released a Woody Woodpecker Moon Dash game. In this game, you have to land on the moon and make it to your moon base. This game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with a spinner, a game board, and 24 playing pieces. 6 Woody Woodpecker tokens in each color of red, yellow, blue, and green. To set up this game, each player chooses their 6 Woody Woodpecker spacemen of the same color and place them on the matching start circles. Play goes as follows. Orange plays first, followed by yellow, blue, and then finally green. Each player in turn spins the spinner and moves any one of their spacemen from outer space to a space on the moon. A player may move to the left or the right or towards the center of the moon, but may not move diagonally or toward the outer ring of the moon. A player may move any number of spaces up to the number spun. For example, a player who spins a 4 may move 1, 2, 3, or 4 spaces. A player may move in more than one direction during one turn. To trap an opponent, a player may move one of their spacemen onto an opponent's spaceman. For example, if a blue spaceman moves onto an orange one, that orange man may not move. When blue moves off, they move the orange spaceman back to the starting circle. A spaceman on a red crater is safe and cannot be sent back to start. Only one spaceman may occupy any one red crater space at one time. The winner is the first player to move all 6 of their spacemen onto the matching finish space on the center of the moon. Well, this has been an overview of the Woody Woodpecker Moon Dash game. This game, like I said, was manufactured in 1976 and is a fairly well-built game. The game itself gets very cutthroat, very fast, especially if you have more players, because you do have to navigate around spacing on the moon, which can put you in conflict with other players. And it has a really cutthroat capturing system where if you get captured, that piece has to start over from the start space and land again. The game is, like I said, very well built, very organized. Doesn't involve a lot, but for what it is, it gets pretty strategic and pretty cutthroat pretty fast. So the game itself goes online anywhere from about $20 to $40. It is a little on the rarer side as games go. There weren't very many printings of it, and especially it being a Whitman game. Whitman games are notorious for being underprinted. So they are a little on the harder side to find, but this one is still relatively available, but you're going to have to pay for it if you want it. It has a very nice theme to it, especially with the moon theme. The spinner has a lunar rover on it that's being driven. It has rockets and a lot of moon topography, especially with the craters that are safety spaces. So theming, this game is phenomenal. It has a lot of nice theming to it, and it looks really sharp. Gameplay is, I would say, about on par with that, because the more players you have, the more cutthroat this game gets. 2 players, it can get a little dicey. but if you have 4 players, it can get really harsh really fast, especially since you can't move back up the track to the outside perimeter. You have to really, really want to get closer and closer, but you have less spaces to deal with on that. And like I said, it gets cutthroat really fast. So if you want a nice strategic game that doesn't have a lot of rules to it, I'd say this is a nice option. The game is very kid-friendly, very easy to pick up, very easy to play. It doesn't have a lot of heavy components or heavy rules to it, so it's nice. As for a family night, I'd say this game is phenomenal. For a game night with your friends come over, it's a nice retro choice. It is enough meat and strategic substance to it versus the kid friendliness that I think it comes out on top. So I would say it's a quality game, well worth the effort and time playing it. So if you haven't played Woody Woodpecker's Moon Dash game before, I would recommend picking it up, and I would honestly recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamers Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Woody Woodpecker's Moon Dash. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.